Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh, and I want you to guess which camera I'm filming with right now. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh, and I want you to guess which camera I'm filming with right now. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh, and I want you to guess which camera I'm using right now. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh, and I want you to guess which camera I'm using right now. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh, and I want you to guess which camera I'm using right now. All right, so if you didn't know what was happening today, I'm doing a part 2 of the YouTube series. I don't know what I'm calling it. How to do a YouTube channel? Sorry. Alexa, studio lights on.
Okay.
So it's really important that you know that I know a custom home builder named Mark Cranenberg with U-Bug Creative. You can check out his link below. He came over this weekend. We're best bros. We're bros. We're ride or dies. And I asked Mark a little while ago, he's like, I'm looking for a project for his channel. I said, dude, I need a YouTube studio desk, unlike anybody else's desk. So if you didn't know, my background is actually in recording engineering. It's where I started. I went to school for music, psychology, and worship and all that stuff for being a pastor and all that stuff. But music has been my passion for years and years. So the audio side and the technical side of that stuff I've always had. I've been trained formally in it, and I love it. And so today I want to dive into a couple of things. Do you really need expensive camera equipment to get good video? Yes and no. It depends on what you're looking for. And I don't think that many people will be able to actually realize, if you're using really, really terrible stuff, because lighting matters. I showed you a few videos at the beginning, and I wanted you to guess which cameras were. We're going to go through those cameras and what they mean. There were bad angles and all that stuff. I'll show you the problem with it all, because it's just not as easy as setting up this camera here. Also, we're going to dive into different kinds of microphones, because this microphone I'm using is this. It's an SM7B. This Shure, let's see you read that. Shure SM7B. There you go. It is the best microphone I've ever used in my entire life. Hands down, I have 2 of them, and I will never use another microphone. It does well for my voice. I'm not saying this, that's a lie. This is good for anybody's voice. Some people's voices will react differently to a different microphone. So this microphone is pretty universal, because it's like basically a balanced signal. It's like just a straight signal, which then you change later. So this will always be good. But let's take this large diaphragm condenser microphone, right? I have had this microphone for over 15 years. Can you see that? Holy cow. Focus, camera. Hello. There it is. Where is it? It's made by CAD. It's a ICM 417. I have used this mic in so many different variations. It's made for overheads or hi-hats or drums, but it's such a wide signal. I don't know. This is like one of those microphones that you find that is relatively cheap, and it's just very, very, very good at what it does, okay? But it captures the whole entire room noise. We're going to dive into mics like this AKG Perception 200 microphone, which isn't such a crazy thing. It's just I don't even know how much these microphones are. It's not very expensive. Then I'm going to go right down to the cheapest one you can find, which is the Behringer XM8500, which is kind of an SM57, SM58 ripoff. Okay. I think these are like $30. I think we toured with these. This is from my touring days, because we were so cheap. And I'm going to actually dive into a USB microphone. Where is that? Jeez, I think I'm drunk. So this is a USB Rode. It's made for podcasting. Okay. It's an NT USB microphone. So we're going to test all of these microphones in a controlled environment, which I have here. And we're going to talk about cameras and microphones today only. It's important to note that my room is treated. Even though I have a fully concrete floor, my walls have absorption all over them, okay? It is very controlled in here. There is no reflection in this room. So this is a perfect room to test these types of things. What you need to know is that often the room is more important than the microphone. If you have a dead silent room that has no reflection, then you can use a microphone like this that's $100, or like a 58. Well, a 58's directional too. This is omnidirectional. Okay, these are omnidirectional. This is, I think this is not omnidirectional. I think this is just unidirectional. Yeah, and so the 58s are directional. The SM57B is a directional, meaning I should tell you this. A directional mic means this, okay? So here's my head. The signal coming from my voice, from my head into this mic, is like this big. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. It's like this big. It doesn't accept sound from behind it. It's like this right here is all you can, and you need to be really close to this mic to get really good signal. I have a cloud booster, I have a cloud lifter from my mic here. These are the same mics. So this is good for broadcast because you can be right here talking to the microphone. Boom, and it doesn't have an insane signal, but you get really good sound because you're really close to it because it's not accepting sound from anywhere else, okay? Opposed to a omnidirectional mic, which accepts sound from everywhere. And what you don't see right here is my Rode mic that's sitting up on the little stand up there. So that is a shotgun mic, which is super directional, meaning wherever you point it, that's where it's going to get the most. Omnidirectional are good for a few things. I use these at my fireside chats because it's just accepts sound from all over. I want you to hear the sound of the leaves, the sound of the fire, my guitar playing, and my vocals. And so I'll use this wide open mic outdoors because it gives you everything. Whereas these closed mics like these guys will only give you, a range here and maybe here. So it's not a big range on these mics. This is an omnidirectional, so it's good for studio, right? You're in a controlled space and it allows you to get all that stuff inside of a studio. I mean, this isn't a really good microphone or anything, but we're going to try them all out, and I'm going to use my Rode shotgun mic, which you can get anywhere for like $100. I'm going to show you guys the difference between all the audio. But before we get to the audio, did you guess which video is which? So the first one. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh, and I want you to guess which camera I'm filming with right now. Okay, so the first one was an iPhone 11 Pro Max. The thing I love about the Pro Max is that it has a really, really good, and I'm using the front camera, not the rear camera on this phone. The issue with that is, and I haven't discovered the software yet to use it, is that I can't see what I want to see. I can't frame myself like the Sony I'm using right now. I'm watching myself on my right side screen here because I want to be able to see what I look like, right? The phone, unless you use the front camera, the front camera, you can't see anything. And I want to use the rear camera because it's the better camera. So that's why you don't really see it. But it doesn't have a really good depth of field either, right? Right now you can see behind me in the Sony, it's blurry, right? I've got my f-stops at 2.8. And I set it so it looks more cinematic because I'm in the forefront. My background is blurry. I think that looks nicer as far as I'm concerned. iPhone 11 didn't really achieve that just because it's a very wide focal range, right? Then the next one I did was the iPhone 10. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh, and I want you to guess which camera I'm filming with right now. Very similar to the iPhone 11 because I'm using the back camera. Again, not a lot of depth of field, and it's got a short, shallow focus range. So you can see how far that wall behind me is about 9 feet from me. On the iPhones, it looks like it's about 4 feet from me because it's the way that it's got the depth, right? Again, not amazing, but pretty good. If you've got good light and you can set it up properly at the right exposure and the right distance from you, you could easily get away with looking professional with an iPhone X or iPhone 11. No problem. There's got to be a software out there where you can actually, I know you can do it with QuickTime, where you can mirror it and show, can you use the camera to show, and maybe there's a way you can do it on your screen. I don't know. Again, I'm not using it. I'm just saying if you don't want to buy an expensive camera, an iPhone X or an iPhone 11, no problem. Very, very good cameras. The next camera I used was the Webcam. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh, and I want you to guess which camera I'm using right now. So right there, this is a Logitech C920. And that Logitech C920 is a 1080p webcam. It's just not, I would never use this for anything but talking to people on Zoom or anything. I would never use it to film podcasts. It doesn't look good. I had to bring the exposure down to almost 1, and it goes up to like 50 because I'm using lighting, right? If I wasn't using, that's why these webcams are not made for. They're not made for you having professional lighting. They're made for people who don't have professional lighting. So they're good at adjusting when there's not a lot of light. So I had light on, I had to bring the exposure down, and it made it too dark and too thick. I would never use it for this. It's not terrible. Like if that's all you have, I would still watch that. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but I only use my webcam for interviews so they can see me, and then I record with my camera right here. So that's out. And obviously the third one is going to be my Sony A7R III, which is my baby. And so obviously the third one is my Sony a7R III, which is the same thing you're looking at right now, which is my baby, which is my good camera, my good lens. It's got everything I need. It's cinematic. It's got as wide as I can need it. Right now I've got it set in a different spot. So right now I've got it set way farther back on the new desk that we built. So I had to zoom into 22 millimeter instead of using 17 wide. So I'm pretty zoomed in, and it gives me an even better depth of field in the back, setting at 2.8 f-stops. The last camera I used was the where is it? My son's got it. My Canon M50, which is a very, very good vlogging camera. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh, and I want you to guess which camera I'm using right now. It's got a great microphone on it. It's very portable, very small. Battery is not very good, but very good camera overall for doing this. I would suggest a lot of people use the M50. It's kind of a go-to for a lot of people. In this situation, I use the widest that the lens went, which is an 11 with f-stops of 4. So it doesn't give you that creamy, unfocusedness behind me, the bokeh. It doesn't give you that. So I do have another lens. I have a 20 millimeter 2.8 that I can put on it that will give you this kind of look, except it's a cropped sensor, which doesn't mean a lot to you, which just means that my Sony a7R III is a full frame camera. So if I put a 17 millimeter lens on it, you're getting a 17 millimeter view. My Canon M50 is a cropped sensor camera. So if I put an 11 millimeter lens on it, it's equivalent to an 18 millimeter on a full frame. So an 11 millimeter on this camera that you're watching, you would be able to see the entire room, no problem. Like everything over here. That's how wide it is. All that to say, I wanted to show you the difference between using phone cameras versus web cameras. If I were you and you didn't have any other choice, you didn't want to spend a lot of money, use an iPhone 10 or an iPhone 11. Don't go with a webcam option. It's just not going to give you what you need. They are coming up and they are getting a lot better, but they're not there yet. Not that I've seen. I think there are a few. They're $300 or $400. But if you're going to spend $300 or $400, honestly, if you could find a Canon D80 for $400 or $500, might as well just buy a DSLR. Don't waste a ton of money on a webcam. It's not worth your time. Go get yourself a DSLR if you can afford it, right? Or a mirrorless camera. So that's to say that's what the cameras look like. If you guys need me to help you, I have Amazon list. I'm going to list everything below that I use. And I'm going to give you 3 tiers of things that you can use on Amazon, okay? So I'm going to give you a low tier, what you want to buy if you want to just go and you already have a phone. I'm going to give you a second tier, which is going to give you probably a Canon M50 or something equivalent like this Sony Z1. And then I'm going to give you like what I use 100%, like which is the sound card, the microphone, the cloud lifter, everything that I use, okay? Let's get into my favorite part of everything. And you know me. Audio is not everything, but it's really close to everything. The one thing you see in those videos is it's really hard to sometimes decipher the quality because the quality of my voice is so good. If you have crappy audio and crappy video, it's double hits. It's like putting raisins and shit. But if you have, semi-decent video, but amazing audio quality, it almost makes up for it. Obviously, if you have both, like a good camera and good audio, you're winning. But I'm just saying, audio to me is one of the most important parts of video, of good production. If you ask me, audio is probably, it's like 70-30, 65-35 as opposed to video. So good video is really important. Good audio is almost as important. Just with the technology coming along, it's just not as important. So I'm going to pop off the microphones. We're going to dig through and I'm going to say a phrase with each of these microphones, including the shotgun that's pointed at me right here. And you guys tell me what you think. And I'm not going to edit them. I'm going to go straight raw with everything. And then I'm actually going to affect the voices with my many VST effects that I have and EQing it all to show you that you probably don't need to buy a $500 microphone to get good audio. I think using better equipment is always going to be better, obviously, and it will. But I think you can get I think you're going to be surprised what you can get with some of these microphones. Like, I really do. So let's get right to that. Right now, I'm going to take all this apart. So, okay, I've got all my audio lined up on my timeline up here in my DAW, my DAW. I use Reaper just because I like Reaper. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the microphones raw, and then we're going to go through the microphone affected with my effects that I use. And it's a secret what I use. It's not a secret. I can tell you if you want. So the first mic we're going to listen to is this one, unaffected. Okay, so let's hear it. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. This is the SM57B. Okay, sounds good. This is what you normally hear from me anyway. Here it is, affected. Hey everybody, Welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. This is the SM57B. So that's what you guys generate here from me. That's affected with, I use what's called CLA, and I use play-by-play, and I have like parameters that I set mainly for my vocals. My parameters and my EQ might not work for your voice. It has to be done custom. I always do a high-pass filter on my EQ, and I bump down the lows a hair instead of pumping up the highs. What was that? Let's get to the next microphone. Let's hear what it is. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. This is the CAD microphone that is usually meant for overheads. Here. Okay, let's hear that affected. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. This is the CAD microphone that is usually meant for overheads. This CAD microphone is a gem. Unbelievable how good this microphone is for the price. I think it's like, you'd probably buy one of these for 25 bucks on sale somewhere. The whole drum set, I think when I bought this was like 200 bucks. This is an amazing, incredible microphone. I mic my acoustic guitars with it. I mic vocals with it. This is an incredible, incredible microphone. Like, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, go get one of these. Just get yourself a pea popper that goes in the front. You don't need much. That is an impressive microphone. I can't speak enough about it. Okay, let's get to the next microphone, which is the Behringer, this little cheapy one here. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh, and this is the Behringer XM8500. Okay, that's no effects. Now here with effects. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh, and this is the Behringer XM8500. That's a good, like, I want to say this mic is 30 bucks. That sounds amazing. If you can get that close, put one of these screen filters on there and get it close, that is a good microphone for what you need. That is really, that's almost like an SM58. Very, very similar, built the same way, probably the same diaphragm, everything in there. That is a good mic. You heard it with your own earballs. So let's go to the next one, which I think is the AKG. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh. This is the AKG Perception 200. Okay, now here with effects. It's gonna sound good. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh. This is the AKG Perception 200. Yeah, like, I knew that was gonna be good. Again, it's ugly, and it's like you're gonna have to have it. You can't talk in a microphone like this. This microphone has to be spoken into like this. I like the directional microphones. It's a good microphone. Probably get it really cheap, used somewhere. Okay, what's the next mic? Shotgun mic? So this one sucks. Terrible. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh. This is the Rode shotgun mic. Unbelievable how crappy that is. Now I'm gonna do it with effects, which is just gonna be like polishing a turd. It's not really gonna help you. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh. This is the Rode shotgun mic. I think that's what it is. And I've got that about 2.5 feet from my face, just above the lens of the camera. I'm sure I could bring in a little bit more if I wanted to. Here's what I'm noticing. It picks up all the reflection. There's no reflection in this room, but for some, it's finding reflection. It's a good microphone for if you're in the field doing interviews with people and you've got wide open spaces with no reflection. It's fine for that, not inside of a studio. If you really want to get a shotgun mic inside of a studio, go spend the money on like a Sennheiser or something like that. And impressively enough, dang, this is this one. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh. Thanks for watching. This is the Rode NT USB microphone. Whew. Now that was without effects. Here's with effects. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh. Thanks for watching. This is the Rode NT USB microphone. Wow. $100. $500. Just saying, never gonna stop using this microphone. But if holy cow, guys. This is the clear winner of affordable microphones. And it's USB. You don't even need an interface. This is a clear winner for if you have an interface and you want an XLR microphone, this is the clear winner. This is a good microphone as well. They're all good. Again, it has to do with your room. What I'm trying to tell you is that you can get great quality audio, not with this stupid microphone, but with any of these kind of microphones with a treated room. I'm never going to stop using my Mercedes-Benz of microphones, or let's call it the Tesla of microphones. But if you really want to just, for USB microphones, this NTB USB is really, really good. This is a good effing microphone, okay? If I wanted to spend 30 bucks and get good quality, it's the Behringer. Oops, jeez. And if you want to just get an overall microphone, if you're into music or doing other kind of productions, or you want to go outside and do stuff, this is a very powerful microphone for the price. I cannot believe how good this microphone is, especially for musicians. I mean, I have a lot of good microphones because I use a lot of microphones. But you be the judge. You tell me what you like. This, I'm actually so impressed by this microphone. And it's got a headphone jack and volume control. Line and mic control, which is crazy. Computer volume. I think I've dropped it a couple times, but really, really good quality mic. Again, if you're going to use a microphone like this, you really got to get close to it. You got to get as close as you possibly can to this microphone. Or have a very dead room and turn up the gain on that. The issue with microphones is you want to have as much gain initially before you have to put gain on it in post, okay? This is a nerdy video for people who don't really care about this stuff, but very important stuff. The camera matters for really good reasons. Your lens matters. Like any lens with low aperture will give you this creamy look, right? Like the out of focus behind me cinematic look, right? A phone can do that. I think it can, especially with apps. Especially if you use, what's the app that I use? And it's like $30. Filmic Pro. Okay, Filmic Pro will give you, and you could put lenses on here. Like you can clip lenses onto that. The iPhone 10, you can do the same thing. You can use Filmic Pro with this. Just get a lens adapter. You can do everything you need with the iPhone 11 Pro Max. It's got wide. It's got good depth, good bokeh. It's got everything. But if you're gonna go for it. Go ahead, get the M50 or go get like a mirrorless DSLR if I were you. That's all I would say. And good lighting. The lighting is everything. Alexa, studio lights off.
Okay.
Lighting matters. Alexa, ceiling lights off.
Okay.
Now all you're seeing is this little light above my head. Okay, so lighting matters. Alexa, studio lights on.
Okay.
See? And then I'm lit. Well, I make sure that I'm lit first so that I get my exposure the way I want it. If I was doing makeup tutorials, I would not use this style of light because as you can see, I have a shiny forehead because I'm almost bald. But you want your makeup and stuff to be like, so what you do is you put diffusers on it, like hazing diffusers, which gives you a soft glow. This is pretty soft. It's not super harsh. It's harsh enough that I wouldn't do it for makeup. Alexa, ceiling lights on. Now I've got my back lit up and my shoulders are now lit because of the lights above me. Lighting is also one of the most important things. Maybe we'll do that another day. But anyway, so if you're looking to get into YouTube and you were looking for these two pieces of equipment, your microphone matters, but not as much as you think it does. Okay? Your room matters more. So if you can find a dead room with carpet or put up blankets on your wall or these baffles that I put up, they're really cheap to make, that matters more than your microphone. Trust me, because I just used a $100 microphone and it sounds amazing. Pick your camera. That's not really going to matter much. I know like guys like Sloan, pretty sure he films with his iPhone 10 and it looks amazing. So lighting matters. Microphones don't matter as much as the room matters, but lighting matters overall. So I hope that's been super helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, obviously I will answer anything you have. Reach out to me if you're looking to start a channel and you need some advice or some technical advice. I am not a very good teacher, so I'm sorry that these aren't as good as some of those other guys do it. But I know what I'm talking about. I just don't know how to teach it to you. I can show it to you and set it up for you, but I'm not very good at teaching. So I hope this has been helpful to some degree so you can actually hear and see with your own eyes and your own ears. Actually mind blown by how good this little Behringer is, this little crappy piece of garbage mic. Check out the links below for all of these products on my Amazon affiliate links. When you buy something, I get like 10 cents, which is nice because then I can go get some gummy bears. And I love gummy bears. There's a couple of videos coming up soon. I think this week we're doing something cool, and then I got the Micah timeline video that I'm still working on. A lot of stuff coming on. But otherwise, I will probably see you this week for something else and all that bananas. I love you guys. Have an amazing day, and I will see you sometime.